with some claiming it was innocuous and others maintaining that it didn't feel at all casual. As individuals attempted to comprehend what these internet pieces were attempting to convey, the divergent viewpoints made the situation even more heated. In all of this cacophony, attention kept returning to Yandy. Every new rumor generated fresh waves of sympathy for her, and viewers who had followed her journey for years felt protective. Many people were expressing their emotions in their remarks, speculating on how difficult it must be to deal with such widespread falsehoods. According to several users, Yandy had a strong emotional attachment to her marriage, and that she would be completely shaken by the mere thought of such a report. This was more than simply a romance. Others about years of memories, sacrifices, and passionate dedication. Couldn't help but imagine how agonizing it would be for someone through so many trying moments. When several pages began to describe what they called quiet tension surrounding the pair, the conjecture intensified even further. They claimed that Mendeecees had been aloof lately, seeming to live in his own world. Some people commented that Yandy had been holding on, hoping the energy would subside, as she attempted to maintain composure for the benefit of their family. However, every new online conversation drew her more into bewilderment. She was even portrayed in some places as attempting to control her intense emotions while maintaining her composure in public. The audience was moved by this picture, and as they pictured her coping with the storm she never asked for, the conversations got more intense. Then these spreading reports took a new turn. A few blogs started asserting that Tamar Braxton had unintentionally contributed to this circumstance. The way the story went viral gave the impression that she was unaware of the impact her presence would have. Fans speculated that she might not have anticipated how her interactions would be seen. The picture of her being drawn into a drama was increased by a story she never wanted to be a part of. People argued over whether she was involved at all or if her name was being brought up in an unrelated matter. Larger than she had anticipated, viewers started attempting to put together the image of emotional imbalance that was gradually formed by all these internet rumors. Many talked on how relationships get more complex when outside noise overpowers the individuals in them. Feelings, even little miscommunications, might seem like huge fissures under pressure. Commenters noted that these rumors would only make Yandy's suffering worse if she had been feeling alienated for some time. Many followers were taken aback by the notion of learning through public debates as opposed to private interactions. They envisioned the emotional burden, hurt, shock, and bewilderment of dealing with such a circumstance in front of thousands of people. As the stories went on, a devastating depiction of Yandy's emotional mood started to emerge. In an attempt to make sense of what the cosmos was throwing at her, users characterized her as clinging to everything with trembling patience. They discussed her conflicting desires for tranquility and answers. Some speculated that she could have been mentally reliving specific occasions and determine if she had overlooked warning flags, or whether the rumor and even the most outspoken commentators were momentarily silenced by the emotional toll that many connected to her predicament. However, the internet drama didn't end there. Another round of posts gave the story still another facet, implying that Travis Cure has been showing up in places related to Yandy lately. Though they were unable to determine incidents, friendship, or something more profound, people freely expressed their theories. Some said he had been, while others said a closer relationship was developing in quiet. It was unclear he was, but the concept used a completely new plot for fans to analyze. Started writing. Vulnerability frequently takes in anticipated directions, particularly when they feel deserted or broken. Whether they liked it or not, several names were thrust into the limelight as a result of this whole issue, which led to a chaotic web of misunderstanding. Fans were split between pity, astonishment, curiosity, and amazement as emotions were portrayed everywhere. A few were inquiring as to the duration of Yandy's emotional storm. Others questioned if Mendeecees was aware of the profound impact these rumors were having on her. Another group concentrated on Travis Cure, attempting to ascertain if he truly cared or whether he was being misinterpreted by those who were only seeking drama. The emotional terrain grew heavier every day as each rumor added fresh intensity. Some sites said that Yandy and Mendeecees had become more silent, longer, like two individuals passing through opposing doors without being aware of how far they were straying. Others said that she was searching for strength, concentrating on her tranquility and keeping her heart from breaking entirely. Everything that was going on around her started to become more than just background conversation. It served as the cornerstone of her emotional choices, influencing how she interpreted everything that was going on in her environment. One thing emerged from all of this. People thought she was emotionally worn out from dealing with the situation. They imagined her laying awake, gazing at the ceiling. She wondered how her life had abruptly become a maelstrom of allegations, emotional scars, and surprising identities associated with her marriage. Even the toughest person may be broken by moments like this. People's sympathy was heightened by the notion that she was struggling to maintain her composure. Numerous online users reported that, particularly when the betrayal feels personal, sadness has a tendency of making the world seem smaller, quieter, and colder. That attitude was echoed in the comments, which became as the conversations about Yandy began to spread. A tsunami of empathy was directed toward her. The online rumor mill provided more specific details about the allegations involving Mendeecees and Tamar Braxton. Some claimed to have seen them together more often than others thought, suggesting that their interactions went beyond simple banter. Whether the descriptions were accurate or not, they were sufficient to create a fresh emotional tempest. Fans started dissecting each motion, expression, and minute detail in the pictures that were being shared. What looked normal and what felt suspicious caused them to quarrel. Despite the lack of hard evidence supporting any of the information, the power of every small clue became a big potential due to online conjecture. These spreading accusations began to have a greater emotional impact on men as well. A few viewers stated lately, he appeared preoccupied, as if he had a secret that he wasn't prepared to confront. Others pictured him avoiding direct conflict, preferring to remain silent rather than tackle the rumors head. Everyone was left wondering what may be happening behind closed doors as the concept of silent tension developed into a story of doubt. Every time he made an appearance in public, people analyzed his facial expressions as if they could decipher the underlying meaning. However, the most unexpected turn in when attention moved back to Travis Cure. Chatter began. His name was showing up more frequently in locations related to Yandy. According to those who had been monitoring previous reports, the conversation's tone suddenly shifted from one of pity to one of curiosity. Moments detailed in new postings where he appeared to be truly sympathetic, behaving as though he could relate to her suffering in a way that some observers speculated that perhaps he had intervened at the appropriate moment, providing consolation without anticipating anything in return. Come back. Some speculate that their emotional bond may have been quietly developing away from the mayhem. There was heated discussion over Travis supporting her during such a sensitive time. Users pictured him listening to her complaints and telling her that she was deserving of respect, tranquility, and emotional openness. They recounted instances in which he could have urged her to put her happiness ahead of the commotion around her relationship. Just the idea was enough to spark a fresh wave of hypotheses.